Yo, I don't hear you. Welcome back, guys. We're getting a going through. Do you hear me? I don't hear you. Go through your microphone settings in Streamyard. Smoothie for breakfast. Let's go. All right, guys, we're here, but we're having technical difficulties with Vorendor's mic. But we'll be back soon. Interesting. Or maybe I don't know, disconnect and connect the USB interface again and see if it reads it. Yeah, it shouldn't be. All right. Well, your microphone is muted. Unmute. No. And in your audio settings, do you have options of camera and audio? Does it let you pick USB interface? Interesting. Okay. Private chat. Straight from Mac to NVIDIA. Nothing. Hmm. I'm not sure what's going on, but we'll fix it. Hmm. Interesting.
Yo, you hear me now?
I hear you now. Yes.
I had to use my phone. I don't know what's
Okay.
going on. So whatever, you know?
Yeah. If it works, it works.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about.
We keep rolling. Okay. Welcome back.
Thanks, man. You know, I'm trying to figure out too what's going on with this, but you know, we're here.
Uh, Technology, yo.
You know? PC, personal confusers.
Personal confusion.
Like I changed nothing. And it wouldn't even work on OBS. Nothing. It just didn't work.
Oh damn.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know. But yeah, how are you, man?
Good. Good morning.
Good morning.
We're back on Facebook, yo. Let's go.
Hold on, I put it on my stand so I don't have to hold it. I have some semblance of like control, you know. Alright. Yeah, there you go.
There you go. How you feeling, man?
Good, man. How are you? Good morning. Like
Okay. Good
smoothie.
morning. I got water, but cheers.
Cheers, man.
Okay. What's up?
Hmm? Not much, man. I'm trying to get shit done.
Okay. I see your work, Inktober. I like that you're using different type of paper too.
Yeah, it's stemmed. Thank you. It's stemmed from the Art in 60 Minutes kind of project. So we
Mm-hmm.
use.
Mm-hmm.
So I like the idea, and I figured why not use it again. So
Mm-hmm.
let's try
Yes.
that.
It's a it looks dope.
Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, how you been? How was your week?
So far so good. Yesterday night I played track again.
Nice.
See where we at. I mean, I wasn't disappointed. I can tell you that much.
Great. All right, that's cool. That's
uh,
cool.
yeah. How about you? Besides,
Uh,
you're doing
it,
Inktober every day.
yeah, no, I mean it gets busy, man. Like I have to like regain control of like my time
Mm-hmm.
because I get busy in after like I stream,
Mm-hmm.
and then I start doing stuff in the house here,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just kind of like time goes by. I'm like, where the fuck did it go?
I know. I know. Yeah. Time is so
So
precious. You can't you. I mean, you can get a hang of it. That you could control. I wish I could hug the time and it's like without letting it go. Like stay here. Don't even move.
yeah, because like sometimes I'm telling you, like I'll do my stuff, then I start drawing, and I don't even like play that many like video games like in general. I don't do leisure things, but I still
Mm-hmm.
kind of like don't have time,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, it is what it is. But you know, well, I mean, that's why I like to have like these like planned things, like whether it be like the Inktober streams or streams in general when I do weekly streams or these.
Uh-huh.
I like it because it's a scheduled time to like devote myself to one thing and do this project. You know,
Mm-hmm.
because like during the day it's chaos. Like my life is chaos. Like in time management stuff so far.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not having a shitty life by no means. I don't mean to say that at all. I'm just saying that you know, just time goes by quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So where we at?
I don't know. You tell me where we at.
Okay. So after a last stream on Sunday, right? 2 days ago, 3 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
So what did we accomplish and what direction we're going for?
I haven't moved too much to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. I can't
Mm-hmm.
make up stuff, but I mean, I know where I'm going. So, like I said, I guess as soon as I get a grasp of more time allocation, because I do
Mm-hmm.
have time. We're not gonna get any more time than we have, you know.
Mm-hmm. No.
So
No.
yeah, you know, it's 24 hours a day. That's it. But yeah, I'm gonna try. I mean, either way, I'm gonna finish it. I know that for a fact. So I think I don't know. Yeah, I can't tell you like a time map, like a roadmap with dates, but I can guarantee you that it's gonna be done. If that
Awesome.
makes sense.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
we have a bunch of stuff on paper already.
Mm-hmm. Like, how long do you think it's going to take for you, though, like on your end? What's your optimal time?
Uh, for Twitch sessions, I think the next session on Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
uh, it will be close to finished product as far as composing and placement,
Mm-hmm.
and then it'll be just mixing and kind of leveling. So just like you putting subjects and placement on
Yeah,
paper.
yeah,
So same thing for me. I think all the sketches are there. So now I'm just gonna wrap it up,
yeah.
and
So
then
how long would it take you to do that then?
uh another session, whatever time would take, 2 3 hours. I think we spent 2 hours last time.
Mm-hmm. Well, an hour, yeah, almost 2 hours.
Yeah, I think one session should be enough to do that, and and kind of finalize thoughts,
Mm.
and throw everything just like you on paper without
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
without any hesitation, and you know not looking back again, just
Moving forward.
moving forward. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Because I think that I can make better progress if I have a more solid timeline.
Mhm.
And I'm not saying that you should be the one putting that timeline. I'm trying to put it on you. I'm just saying that
Mhm.
in general, I feel like I do better if I have a solid timeline. So since
Mhm.
in this case, I can come up with one, I was asking you the way I can kind of like build mine around yours and see how that correlates.
Mhm.
Okay. So then after next season, after next session, like how many other sessions? That's it.
No. Well, the one thing with mixing this particular piece, I'll probably have to do some stuff online because the resource my computer would need to process just audio,
Mm-hmm.
it will be really difficult to do it on Twitch because latency will be probably 5 seconds,
That's true. Okay.
literally,
Mm-hmm.
with using like plugins and all of that. But I mean that's fine, as long as we have everything on paper and in the session. The rest is just, I mean,
Yeah. No. No. Go ahead. What were you saying?
yeah, for you it's just color everything, right? Then once you have done all the sketches, you're not gonna add or
Yeah.
erase anything.
No.
Okay, so.
No. That's what I was asking, so I can have a better idea of how to allocate my time according to this project.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
because a lot of the paper is already covered with stuff from last time. Like I know it didn't seem like a lot on the camera, but the camera can't pick all the lines up.
Yeah,
So there's more that you could see on the line.
and the piece is huge.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not sure if you can show it now, but I mean, soon you'll be able to show
Yeah,
it, and
it's big,
ha-
man.
yeah, how big the piece is, and the amount of detail.
Mm-hmm.
Which
So
with me, which with me, I don't have to draw every detail. For me, it's like kind of, well, this audio track, and well, that's what it's doing.
yeah,
I don't have to. I mean, I can polish and kind of separate it from all the other tracks, but I don't have to fine tune, pretty much every single waveform. I
yeah.
don't have to do that.
No, yeah.
But
This
you
one.
do. You do. You have a lot to cover. So.
Yeah, no, I do, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if I know that by this Sunday you're gonna be over, like the preliminary stage,
Mhm.
then I know how to, I know what's how to focus on the piece,
Mhm.
because the more time you focus, or not the more time, but depending on how focused you are, is the more time you will spend on it. I guess I don't know if that makes
Mhm.
sense.
Mhm.
Like if I'm,
Definitely dedicate brain power and
yeah,
time towards this. Yeah, because it definitely needs
yeah,
a lot more attention.
mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Uh, yeah. I mean, as far as work in progress, I think. I mean, still there is still progress going on. It depends. Yeah, weeks are different. I mean, some weeks are kind of we got not floating, but we're like, okay, well, let's do this. Let's try this. And last week we're like, well, there's effing moment. Well, let's put something on paper, put something in here, and let it
Hmm.
roll.
Yeah, it was to solidify. I mean, at my end was to solidify the idea that I was going after. Because like once I once my process is done, like here, it's just a matter of putting it to paper. So it does not like when I was doing my stream yesterday. So yesterday I was doing a stream when and then I did my little drawing,
Mm-hmm.
and I was telling them how like when I'm going over these images, if the shapes with the one pencil, I mean, with one pen, and knowing that I'm only going to use the one pen,
Mm-hmm.
what I visualize can go directly to paper. So I don't have to plan it out. There's less work to do. But when I do these big ones, like I have the sketch in my head, so I don't. That process is done in the sense that I know where I'm going to place the things.
Mm-hmm.
It's just now seeing the details on them, and that's when I use the references. So it doesn't take long after that.
Mm-hmm.
So by Sunday, definitely full. I'll reveal the full sketch.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's what's up. Okay, so on Sunday we'll see and hear unpolished material, but
Yeah, yeah.
that's what it is. Okay, and that will be no more composing after that.
No, that's it. It's it. It's just me. On my end, I'll be just putting color down, and then after that, that's it.
After next session, right? So next session is we're finalizing a composing stage.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. For me, I'll begin placing down colors, or I'll talk about colors.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fit. Because like I said, most of it already covered, so it's not much to draw left. It's just me liking what I see, if that makes
Mm-hmm.
sense.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, man. So someday I'll show the whole piece as I saw it in my head, and then it would be the final sketch. So I'm gonna, if I have any tweaks to do, depending on how finished I have it, but it'll be just random tweaks, if that. But I'm probably just gonna sit down and start coloring.
Okay.
That's my
Is,
plan.
okay. Is that fun?
It's coloring is fun. I mean,
Coloring is fun.
coloring is fun, but it takes if for the effect that I'm going for
Mm-hmm.
is gonna take a while longer than I usually do because as I've been using the watercolor pencils for as long as I have now, which is
Mm-hmm.
not that long, but I've learned quite enough. Um, I need to put a lot of layers of pigment on the page
Mm-hmm.
so that in order, okay, so like for example, the one that I have on my offline screen. I'm limited in camera, but I'll try to show you what I mean so I can illustrate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Let's go.
All right, so this from like the offline screen that I have for my Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it works like that. Yeah. Okay, cool. So see, okay, so here, this area, well, everything here had a lot more pigment than I usually use on
Mm-hmm.
my I had used on my drawings up until this point.
Uh-huh.
Excuse me, but having used that much more gave me a lot more control as to how the color moves on the paper. So I managed to do a lot of gradients without much noise. So there's not like too many like kind of like out of place brush strokes because that's what usually happens when you put too little pigment on the paper with the watercolor pencils.
Mm-hmm.
Like the sky, this is what I mean of gradient. Gradient. And
Okay.
so you can't really see it, but there's very little markings at all
Uh-huh.
of like some brushwork going on. So that's what my task has been for a while now because I want to be able to have smooth color transition and surface with watercolor pencil. So anyway, point is that to achieve this record, what I achieved here, it took like about 8 to 10 hours. of
8 to 10 hours
Yeah, from
on this
start.
tiny piece of paper.
Yeah, so 8 to 10 hours, but because I put that many more layers. Because regularly on a stream, and it's good because I'm used to now seeing the length of my time on the stream. I can tell you like averages, I guess, of like how long it takes. But anyway, my streams are like about 5 hours, 4 or 5 minimum, 6 hours, seven has been the longest I've ever done.
Oof.
Yeah, 7 hours. But okay, so this stream, see, kind of like,
I remember that. Yep.
this one was about 5.5 hours
To
compared to
finalize everything.
compared to 8 hours for this.
Damn. That's the same size.
Yeah. So,
Jesus.
but this one has a lot more like weak spots on the sky. See, like there's like areas that should have been evenly colored, but they're not because they didn't spend enough time putting enough pigment in it. Point is that's I want to make our product piece better than this piece.
Okay.
As far as color goes, this is the best of all colors that I've done. You know?
Okay, makes sense. I mean, you spend more time on it.
Yeah, but it wasn't so much about the time. It's just that I realized what I needed required more time. If I had a way of doing the same but with less time, I would do it. But it's not necessarily. It's just like the method required this long. But it's not. It's if there was a way to make it shorter, I would make it shorter. I don't think that would. Like if the pencils themselves would give more pigment in less strokes, then yeah, totally, less time. But yeah, point is that I want to achieve that kind of like next level of color in our piece, which would be better contrast because that one doesn't have much contrast. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna have like a lot of like contrast in the colors themselves because like I told you, I don't want to use ink. I just want to make it very painterly. So, but in order for that to be of my liking, like to my standards, I guess in my head, I have to make sure that there's defined contrast between like forms. So like there's a person here doesn't get like kind of muddied up with the background. But yeah, so yeah, definitely Sunday, full sketch.
Let's go. I agree. I mean, with music, it's not different. It's same. I mean, you still have to spend time to polish even the sketch. Like you were explaining.
Go ahead.
But yeah, with me, it's just once I'm done writing all the music. Most of the time I just print all the tracks, open a new session, and start kind of mixing and editing. I'll do probably a few edits here and there, but for the most part, if you have music written, you just mix it. You don't really, do. I mean, you kind of fine tune it, and sometimes it takes 4 hours. Sometimes it takes 8 hours, but for this, it shouldn't take more than 4 to 6 hours to get a final mix out of it. And it's not. I don't think it's a lot going on, even though it to me it sounds like a complex composition. But I think from your perspective, my perspective, we'll probably meet somewhere in the middle by the time you finish coloring, and you'll probably have to do it offline too, right?
Yeah, no, definitely. Because it's not. If not, that would take way too long. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm still gonna do it try to do some offline, but
October for you is busy because you're doing.
yeah, but I can do it afterwards. So I can spend some time on it. So yeah, because I'll do it. I mean, it's fine. It's just because that page is long. Some reason horizontal. So it's long, but it's not any taller than one of these papers.
But it's much wider though.
So even though it looks like a big undertaking as far as like the size of its own, it
Mhm.
is like about like let's say 2.5 page, pages, regular pages. So that if we put it at the highest average of like 7 hours, like the highest, the most I've ever spent 7 hours, that would be 14 hours. So 21 hours to finish the piece,
You think estimated time is 21 hours?
just about.
Okay. That's a lot of time. Everybody, if you hear that number, it's 24 hours just to finish the piece.
Yeah,
How
yeah,
much how much time we spend already?
right. Yeah, that's true. That's true too. Yeah,
Estimated what? 20 hours, 30 hours?
yeah. Well, the 21 hours just to finish the coloring process.
Mhm.
Well, not coloring process. No, it's gonna be less because these pieces take that long because I have to do sketches.
Mhm.
So it might take like less. No, I'm lying. Might take less. It might take, let's say, we do 16 hours. 16 hours.
16 hours. Okay, but what was uh the time we spent already?
Yeah. I
This
mean,
is this is week 5 or 4? 5.
okay, so if it's five, that minimum is another 5 hours because it's an hour per for this
Mhm.
right now.
And then 2 hours per Twitch.
2 hours for stream. Yeah, 2 hours
So
for
3 a week roughly.
yeah, 3 a week, 5 weeks, so 15 hours. So it's gonna be 31 hours minimum of total work time
Mhm.
for one track and one drawing.
Okay.
That's so hell.
But we decided we're gonna switch,
Oh no, I like it. I love it.
right?
It's just it's to create. You have to be insane.
Yeah, and I mean this what we're talking about right now, it sounds and looks like just work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is work. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm enjoying it now, and I enjoy it offline. And I mean, I play it here and there. I record instruments, offline and stuff like that. But for the most part, 90% of what we're doing, it's
Work.
been work.
Yeah, reading, looking up stuff, sketching.
Yeah, and yeah, it burns a lot of calories too.
Yeah. You know what? This is the first time that I actually look at it in time scale.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've said in the past, oh, I've spent this much doing this or this much doing that. But like, I never looked at it from. Well, I'm still doing it. Like today was the first one I said, like, oh yeah, it's gonna take me about another 16 hours to finish coloring. So
Mm-hmm.
when I think about it, like, damn, I'm gonna spend 16 hours coloring. Like, I don't know, it's just odd. I was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
So what did you do today? I colored. Hmm. Yeah. Yes. Yes, I did.
But I mean, that's the work part. I mean,
Yeah.
especially when you have to concentrate on doing the details and your hand is moving constantly. Is like, god damn.
Yeah. But you know what? It's always because this is how I always. I guess I don't know if I, in general, like around me, I guess like the act of coloring or like doing like doodles or something like that
Mm-hmm.
is seen as a childish thing. Like kids color with like crayons or like
Yeah,
color
yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
pencils. And I'm not saying that I don't know how to explain it, but let's just go with me. Let's just go with me with this thought.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so like when I started like saying like to tell people like, oh no, I can't go out because I'm drawing. It's like I imagine my 8-year-old self saying like, oh no, to like my job interview. No, I can't go. Not job interview, but like something like more serious. Like my reason for not going is because I'm gonna be coloring or like drawing. So like,
Uh-huh.
what really just staying home because you're gonna be coloring? Like, it doesn't sound.
Questionable.
Yeah, it doesn't sound as important as it is.
Uh-huh.
But it's like, yeah, that's what I do. It's like saying like for the people that like design Legos, like, oh, I'm gonna have to go build stuff with Legos. So what did you do today? Oh, I built a building with Legos.
Mm-hmm.
And it might sound like, what? You kidding me? But that's
Mm-hmm.
like their job because they have to like make models to
Mm-hmm.
see what they're gonna be making.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
So true.
It's just funny because like I don't know, like even music, like to say like, oh yeah, what do you do? Oh, I play the guitar today all day.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay. And then like, be like, yeah, that's what I did. Like, I don't really tell you. Like, that's my job. Like, I play guitar all day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true.
Like
I
create.
mean, to some people, I guess for people who don't really have anything that they, dedicate their time every day, it may
Mm-hmm.
sound yeah, it may sound weird, awkward, or whatever you call it, but
Mm-hmm.
I guess for you or for me and other people, it comes out natural. Is like, well, but
Mm-hmm.
that's my thing.
It's just like with any creative thing, I feel like it doesn't ever sound as serious as it is. Like with anything creative, even if you make film, write stuff, it
Mm-hmm.
never sounds as serious as it should be. Like
Mm-hmm.
because between you and me, you understand. And like even I was telling, like on my stream, I was saying like the terminology that I use sometimes, like, oh yeah, don't worry about it. I'll play with that and let you know what I did. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's not like, oh, I'll work with it. I mean, sometimes we do work with it, but like I use the word work with it. But more often than not, if you tell me like, oh, can you try to do blah 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 blah, I'll be like, okay, cool, I'll play with it. I'll let you know what comes out. Like I'll play
Mm-hmm.
with it. And like if I tell you like, oh yeah, can you put like sounds? You can play with the sounds, and you'll arrive to what you want. So a lot of what we do is play,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
it yields a tangible result. So it's like playing with a purpose. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna play around with colors, or you're gonna play around with sounds,
But it's
and
very thoughtful, right?
yeah, it's like there's a purpose for it, and like that's how we achieve what we make. But I sometimes I put myself in like the people that used to tell me like, oh, like, but really art, come on. And I'm like, well, now like if I talk to those people and it's not like, yeah, that's what I do. I spend 16 hours coloring. Like what? Really? This is what you do in coloring? I mean, hell yeah, man! I love this shit. You know. So.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, but with all of these things, I mean, even though I'm saying it's work, but it's enjoyable. So you don't feel the hours,
Mm-hmm.
like you would spend those hours in the office, not 9 to 5, like kind of counting minutes and hours. Like, damn, I want to go home already.
Yeah, because I don't know if you can. I mean, maybe if you enjoy it as much, because there's like the state of flow,
Mm-hmm.
where you just kind of lose track of time,
Mm-hmm.
and you're just so into it. And I enjoy it. Like when it happens to me and I'm drawing sometimes on stream, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't look at the time that has transpired. I can be like looking down, like blah blah blah, talking to people, not looking at the time, and then like I blink and it's been like 4 hours. I'm like, really, four hours? Like I don't.
I know.
It just happens. Like I'm creating something and I'm like so entertained by what's going on in front of my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, this is fucking insane. Let's go, woo! And I can imagine it'll be the same with music because you're building this melody and then as time passes, it's becoming something. It's like, oh
Mm-hmm.
shit, yeah, all right, yeah. And you're like grooving to it, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you know.
Yeah. I mean, even with this, uh, when we doing previous Twitch sessions, I mean, we said, well, we're gonna create something w- within like 2-3 hours,
Mm-hmm.
but we didn't really put enough thought, and we didn't do enough preparation,
Mm-hmm.
to go ahead and do it in 3 hours so fast.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of were like, well, we start where we at, and then we're gonna be done in 3 hours. With this is a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as time, I mean, we know it's going to be time consuming, but I think we're going a different direction, and the goal is totally different.
Mm-hmm.
So time, even if it takes 4 hours per session, it's like, okay, well, time goes by, but it's like, oh, okay, I have something to look at and listen
Mm-hmm.
to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean, damn, you've been doing. You said 7 hours. Was your longest session?
Yeah.
Longest.
Yeah. Average short one. Well, now they're short because it's just 10. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they're usually 3 to 7 hours.
Wait, so Inktober is what? Hour, 2 hours?
2 hour and a half. Yeah.
Two and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, they're short.
Damn, two and a half.
2.5.
It's still. I mean, that's still a lot of time, right? I mean, if you look at it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, but for like to me, like I guess like since I'm working under the parameters of like I've done so much more longer projects,
Uh huh.
like 2.5 hours. Like, oh yeah, I can do that. Don't worry about it. I got this. Like I don't stress over 2 hours and a half. It's like sure, you want me to drop for 2 hours? Don't worry about it. I got you. But yeah, that's 2 hours and a half. They're good. They're cool. I like them. I'm enjoying myself with a pen. It's been so much fun using this damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is a very powerful tool, people. Very powerful tool right here. And just you can see that at least as far as like visual arts goes, you don't have to have like expensive shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's like what it comes to like in a pack of 10 for like $2,
10 for $2.
something like that.
Okay. So
Yeah.
how long? How long one pen would last you?
A while.
Really?
Yeah. These things like last. They go for long. And if they don't, you have more.
Da. So I mean, coming back to Thai-inspired music and what do you call it? The art.
Hmm.
So does it look and sound to you
Yeah.
like we're getting at least closer to?
Yeah. I mean, we always said it was gonna be like ish,
Mm-hmm.
like Thai-ish, not fully on Thai. It just we're taking Thai elements and let them guide what we draw, what we compose.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not trying to make folk music,
No,
No, we're not.
It is difficult.
Yeah, like I'm not trying to like draw a tapestry. I'm just trying to like interpret their like what I've read about their like traditions into like my own style. It's like fan art of Thailand, if you want to call
Mm-hmm.
it something.
Okay. Okay,
So
that makes sense.
like I like Thailand. As far as like what I've seen of their culture, so I figured why not use it as an inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's more like my take on that as far as well as just your take on what you've heard.
Mm-hmm.
Like because even whenever you consume something, that automatically becomes part of your inspiration. Like you may look at something now or hear something now, and then you may not use it right away, but then later on you kind of create something, and
Mhm.
even you might not even notice it, but it's because your head has that little thing that you consumed before as
Mm-hmm.
part of like your brain matrix.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm. Makes perfect sense.
right.
Yeah, I mean, with all the research we've done, and I've listened to some yeah traditional music, but I guess I filtered some of it, but yeah, to play it the way they do it, it's impossible. But to
Mm-hmm.
put it, to put it in the modern creation, especially with visual arts. And at some point on Twitch session, we've talked about a mystical forest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true. Is that the
Yeah.
muse? That's why
Uh-huh.
that's why the Greeks created the muse. Like the muse,
Mm-hmm.
because they had to like embody what that was, since they're making like like gods for everything. Because before a lot of the gods were just to explain natural phenomena like rain and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So then muse was something that they couldn't see, but they had to explain. So it's like, oh, it's the goddess of creation, or like the goddess of like creativity.
Mm-hmm.
So
Did it help? Does it help? Well, you said it really helped to kind of shape the environment on paper and had like a city in the back, right?
mm-hmm.
Have like water. The moon was kind of
Well, you had like
became bigger, right?
oh yeah, because I need it for like a better source, light source. But that's what I'm saying. Like, see, like that changes as I go. But you may say that's what I'm saying is referencing the original conversation in the previous stream.
Oh.
Because I know we're talking about like how I was telling you that the drawing evolves as I draw it.
Mm-hmm.
and that's why the moon changed.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, we definitely help each other. Kind of,
Hmm.
we kind of help guide each other.
Yeah, because like you tell me stuff, and then I hear like that's why like I would like you to be like more like because I know that I do that. Like I'll tell you like, oh, this is what I'm drawing now, but like just something like, hey, I'm putting this because of this. Like
Mm-hmm.
your reasoning behind why you're putting a sound there. So that way,
Mm-hmm.
like I understand where you're coming from, and then I can probably relate it to what I'm drawing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I'll be like in the dark, just blind, just walking, trying to find the door
Hmm.
to get out of the dark room. But I mean, I think sometimes it helps to just jump out of the window with no parachute and just
Yes.
I ain't trying to break my legs either, but
Hmm.
uh, I mean, in in what I've been doing, and I've been doing this for few years already, but sometimes letting go helps
Hmm.
uh, to
Hmm.
create something different. And what we're doing is, I think, is about to letting it go to
Hmm.
whichever direction, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we pick up, and if we don't like it, we erase it. Literally, like you said, your new eraser is dope.
Yeah, it
The
was.
one you
It's pretty
showed me,
dope. The blue one. Yeah.
the blue one, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
man. So I think it's that's why I like having like talk while we create on the streams, so that we both actively influence each other.
mm-hmm.
You know, that's
Yeah.
why we can take from each other. Like we're going back to what we said. Like whenever you like consume something, it just becomes part of your head. So whether you want to or not, that's gonna be part of your creation.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so for this week, we say we're gonna finalize composing, right? This is a week of finalizing composing
Yeah,
stage, and then coloring.
yeah, man. Coloring is gonna be next stream. I'm gonna do some colors, or at least we're gonna search colors. So I'll probably show just for the sake of like a teaching moment. Where are you going? Oh. I'm gonna kind of like illustrate my mind process to pick colors.
Mm-hmm.
So if anybody's watching and they want to know what goes in here
Mm-hmm.
and how I pick the colors to go with each other, then we can do that.
Hmm.
So
But the scene's gonna be it'll be like a nighttime, right?
yeah. So I'm saying so nighttime. It definitely has to be blue, like a blue hue because you're not you can't. Not you can't. I mean, nothing stops you from
Mm-hmm.
going, but it's not advisable to go full black. You have to kind of like do it with the darkest shade that you have.
Mm-hmm.
Although I used to do pretty dope full black uh, backgrounds when I used to do only ink. So yeah, but yeah, this is pretty blue, but it's gonna be kind of like purplish because of what we discussed last stream. I got from like subtle red tone, so that's what becomes purple because blue and red should become purple.
Mm-hmm.
But like for example, like the Naga, they're probably gonna be like a cool green with some like reddish accents, so that way we can have the character on the side be like a I don't know, like a kind of like a lighter blue because everything around it is going to be cool. Certain elements are going to be popping up, but like certain more accents, like color accents. So like the background is going to be going from like that gradient from like where the moon is. The moon is going to be like a light cream color, which is a little bit of a yellow,
Mm-hmm.
and then that as it expands, it's going to go from like yellow. There's going to be a more noticeable rapid transition from like the glow of the moon. So it's going to be like the cream color to a much darker kind of it's very subtle, kind of like an orangey maybe, and then purple all the way out. Just because I want to have like a subtle kind of like hue there, like a halo effect around it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it'll be make sense when I put it, but that's what I'm saying. Like that's that process in my head. I might be able to illustrate it by showing people what goes on.
Yeah, I'm sure there is a lot going on.
And I'm like, wait, hold on, because like my head, like I'm literally like putting like colors next to each other. You know, like how. Like,
Uh-huh.
but that's like the mental eye. But I have to see it on the physical world to be like, ah, yeah, that works. That works.
Yeah. Do you feel sometimes what you see or what you hear in your head is not projecting projects proper on paper or in music?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes there's a disconnect, right?
Yeah, that's why like that's why I have to always improve because the better I become, the closer I get to what I see in my head.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because in my head I see like the perfect version of it, like of what I want to do, but like my hand doesn't know how to make that happen yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to keep going and going and doing it. And doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where
Mm-hmm.
the work part comes. But
Yeah, and it's but yeah, just straight up work.
mm-hmm. So it's just what it is. What can you do? There's no shortcut, damn it.
Man, I wish there was a shortcut. I wish we could wake up and say, "Well, I'm gonna do this," and 2 hours later, it's like, "Well, here's the music and
What?
here's the art.
What you
Check it
want?
out."
You want to be like the Matrix? Download knowledge.
Uh, I don't know. Do you think it's possible to just download the information, digital information, to your brain, and
Maybe.
2 hours later we have what we spend on 30 hours already? Do you think it would be possible to do in like 20 minutes?
No, but the 30 hours also have to be somewhat. A lot of it is by manual labor, so you can't really expedite that just by downloading.
Mm-hmm.
So the learning process gets cut out of the equation, but the manual labor is still there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like my coloring time will still be almost as high, just because of there's no way again. Like, there's no way to make those layers any quicker without jeopardizing the colors that I want.
I feel like I don't know. Maybe it'll help improve certain parts in decision making, but I
Mm-hmm.
mean decision making. I mean, since we're not under the pressure of we don't have that a deadline that we need to be done by October 17 or October 12th.
Mm-hmm.
With all of this, I think we allow ourselves more time on creating
Yes.
and scratching. Is like, well, I don't like this, so then I'm gonna come up with something else.
Yeah, 'cause you don't have to force yourself to work with something.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the fun part. Yeah, I think researching all of this and allowing myself to sometimes, well, let's take it easy. Let's get enough
Mm-hmm.
information about this in order to produce something
Mm-hmm.
valuable. Because yeah, I mean we're trying to present something quality too, not just.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've been trying to do some quick stuff, and that's fine for 90 minutes, 60 minutes, 2 hours, 3 hours, but
Yeah.
uh, we're going a different direction. And after that, who knows what's gonna happen after that? It's like this is.
Yeah. Hey, we're gonna have you know over 30 hours of new knowledge. So.
Yeah, I mean, with me, I'm like, I know we're gonna finalize this one, but what comes after that?
Mm-hmm.
That's that's
Ah,
another question I have. Is like, God damn, do
whatever comes, it'll be fun.
we're gonna do another one, like a cultural. I don't even know how do you call it properly. It's not a cult. I mean, it's kind of cultural shock.
Yeah, it's more like I guess culture expanding. I don't know, culture expansion. Also,
Expansion.
I'm,
Okay.
I'm like kind of obsessed with the angle of the camera, so that's why I've been playing around like because I see my hand looks so much bigger
Uh
there. Like
huh. Your
it's so
finger looks like
it's
like
so dramatic, like psh,
uh huh.
psh, psh. So then like wah.
Perception, perception.
Yeah, man. So look at that perspective.
Mm-hmm. Is that your iPhone?
Yeah.
Mm.
Look how
Yeah.
See, like, look. Oh, look, my face is there. Ah, no. That's why I'd be like, kind of like putting my hand towards it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it looks gigantic.
Right? Like, but yeah, we're gonna be. I'm telling you, we're gonna become more interesting the more that we do of these. So we can pick another country, another region, another style, and create more.
Oof. Wow.
There's more cultures in the world, man.
Uh, yes, a
We
lot more than we even think.
we can go. We can do this like a trip around the world through art and music.
Oh yeah. Do like what, 10?
I don't know, however many different things we have.
Yeah.
Like it's also like it would be cool if this project, this thing that we did now with Thailand, like it's just an ongoing thing, but without a given schedule. So let's say next project, or let's say we do 2 or 3 of these back to back. Right after this, we do like, um, then we do Turkish music, and then we do, I don't know, like Andes music,
Mm-hmm.
and like then we like, we come up with another idea, and then we do that idea, but then a few other projects pass, and then hey, how about we do now Norwegian culture? How about we do, you know, I don't know, Egyptian stuff? Like, all right, great,
Mm-hmm.
let's go. So like,
Mm-hmm.
always have this as an ongoing like trip. Like, you know what? Let's do this one now. All right, because then like as we go on, like you and I will have different like higher level of skills and like better tools and like
Mm-hmm.
better like knowledge in general. So
I mean, I already kind of, have a perspective from the point of Thailand music,
mm-hmm,
because now I know that on the keyboard there are white and black keys,
mm-hmm.
so you only use black keys.
Oh, for this island.
Yeah.
There you go. There you
Just
go.
that, just the simple approach that you don't have to go
Mm-hmm.
to a music school, or
Wow, this is
spend 20 years, yeah, learning it. This is a basic approach to do
hey,
that.
now you know that. Now you can
But
act with it.
now it's right here.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, definitely shaped and help. I mean, it will help
Mm-hmm.
for future creatings, and I mean, and probably for Egyptian or Turkish music, probably
Yeah,
find some similarities and go,
yeah.
oh, okay, well, they use black keys too. Well, let's
Mm-hmm.
go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Then we'll start like see connections between people in different ways.
And that's exact. That's exciting part, because whenever we do our next research and next creation, I think comparing, two different worlds together. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, we're all humans, and I think
Mm-hmm.
we all put human interaction into what we create.
Yeah.
So that's why it wasn't. That's why. That's why.
Yeah, like this.
That's why it wasn't. I don't know. Impossible. I guess that would be the word.
Yeah.
We
I mean,
said, "Fuck it, it's possible. Let's go."
a lot of stuff within reason, it's impossible until somebody makes it.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
we made it. Tree. I mean, we're still there, but we made it.
Yeah. I mean, we're close. Yeah. We're not at the very first stage when we don't know what we're doing. So,
Yeah.
shit, or maybe we still don't know what we're doing.
Yeah. Sometimes that's the case too. Sometimes I just go with it. I'm like, fuck it. Let's see what comes out at the end.
Da.
All right, man. Well,
Yeah.
what's your plan for the rest of the week, like in general? Not like about this. Like, do you have anything cool going on?
What do we have? I think I have recording sessions tomorrow. with a drummer.
Nice.
Who actually toured with the Cirque du Soleil, but now I think they're bankrupt.
Cirque du Soleil.
Cirque du Soleil, I think.
Oh damn! Yeah, I heard something like that too. Yeah. Oh, that sucks, man.
He's from Venezuela.
Damn.
He played drums for damn maybe
That
3 4
sucks.
years, and now he came here to New Jersey, so I'll see him tomorrow.
Yeah. At least you get to hang out with a musician now.
Yeah, he's a dope musician too.
Nice.
So he's coming to the studio, and I mean a bunch of other stuff going on.
Nice.
And then I've been working on my own music,
Nice. Awesome.
so I'm trying to. I have this song called Ace of Spades
Okay. Nice.
that I finished recording. Now I need to mix it.
Oye, okay. Está bien. Está bien.
Está bien,
Excited.
está bien.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited.
yeah, I'm thinking maybe I'll stay home today and mix that because I need solid 4 or 5 hours. I just need to concentrate on this and make it happen.
Mm-hmm. All right,
Yeah.
man.
And you doing today's October 6th or 7th?
7. Yeah, I'm
7th.
doing it. I'm taking a little quick break and then I'll go online. I mean, live. But I'm gonna have to figure out if my freaking mic works. That's what I'm gonna have to do first.
Yeah, man, that's
Fucking A,
interesting.
man. Fucking A. So I can't use this to stream and then record.
Yeah.
You
Da.
know? All right, man. Well, I'll see you Sunday. Peace.
Yes. Peace. Let's go.
Toodles.